We're going to go ahead and get this press conference started today. My name is Kelsey Gherkins-Butita, and I'm the Communications Manager for the County of Santa Barbara. We are here today to talk about the significant storm that is impacting our area throughout Santa Barbara County today and have an update on evacuations. We are going to start this press conference by having Eric Bolt come up to the podium here to talk about the weather situation actively taking place.
Good morning, everyone. Eric Bolt, spelled B-O-L-D-T. I'm the Warning Coordination Meteorologist for the National Weather Service in Oxnard. So as you're aware, this morning we have very intense rain. This is a powerful storm. We've already seen 5 to 7 inches of rain in the foothill communities above us. And down here closer to the ocean, 2 inches of rain. Rainfall intensities are now ramping up over 1 inch per hour, or 1.25 inches per hour, which is very heavy. The type of rain where you really have to use your windshield wipers on high speed, and we start to see flash flooding. You may have already received an alert on your phone for a flash flood warning over most of southern county area. So take this seriously. We do anticipate rates to even increase more as we go into the afternoon hours, at least until about 6 o'clock this evening. We're looking at rainfall totals approaching a foot of rain in the foothill and mountain areas above us. So a lot of runoff, a lot of dangerous flash flooding potential with this system. And there's also high winds. So if we get more and more saturation, there's more likely tree damage and power outages. So stay inside if you can, be safe. We do anticipate a lull in the activity this evening. But be aware that the storm is going to have a second wave of unstable air and more showers and even thunderstorm activity as we get into later tonight into Tuesday morning. So very more in the way of heavy downpours and gusty wind potential with thunderstorms through tomorrow morning before this is over with. So be aware of that and stay safe out there.
Thank you, Eric. And I want to remind everyone to hold their questions until we get to the end of all of our speakers today. For those of you that do need closed captioning, we do have a link on our social media, County of Santa Barbara. It is being broadcast on our YouTube with closed captioning. We also have Spanish translation available via Zoom. That link as well provided throughout our social media. Now going to have Sheriff Bill Brown with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sheriff Bill Brown with Santa Barbara County, and this is a very rapidly changing and developing event. I was here about to announce some mandatory evacuations, but the Weather Service has just issued a flash flood warning that is essentially county-wide, and we do not want people out and leaving at this exact moment because of that. So you should all be sheltering in place at this point, staying where you are, staying put until the potential for a flash flood has passed, or the most significant danger of it has passed. But I will let you know that when that happens, we will be putting into effect evacuation orders in the areas of the Thomas and the Cave fires and in the Alisal area. The Alisal area has a shelter in place itself because the road accessing the area, Refugio Road, is impassable at the moment, and people need to stay in their locations and not get in their vehicles at this point. As you just heard, the flash flood situation is now, the potential is there for county-wide flash flooding, and so please stay vigilant. We're in the midst of a series of significant and powerful storms. Currently, we are experiencing a storm that is causing many problems and that has the potential to cause major problems across our county, especially in the burn scar areas in the South County area, the Thomas, the Alisal, and the Cave fire burn scar areas. This widespread event is already causing some flooding and rock and mudslides across our county. Significant additional amounts of rain is expected later today and tomorrow. The most significant rain is suspected to occur between 3 and 7 p.m. today. Additional heavy rain is expected to occur tomorrow morning between 6 a.m. and noon. The Weather Service has estimated total rainfall at 2 to 5 inches, but we've actually already exceeded that in certain areas, and 5 to 9 or 10 inches in the south-facing mountain ranges. This is a significant storm. In Montecito, 2 of the debris basins, the Cold Springs and the San Isidro basins, are filling up and have expected to potentially overflow. This has historically caused flooding in the residential areas below and also flooding of Highway 1. So people in Montecito need to be aware of and prepared for that. A second storm system is anticipated to hit the county, as mentioned, tomorrow. And in addition to that, the high winds that have been mentioned are also cause for concern. Wind gusts 30 to 50 miles an hour along the coast and 50 to 60 miles an hour in the mountains and foothills are possible. Those high winds will drive higher rain rates in the foothills. They will also be a factor with the fact that the ground across the county is so saturated that trees and utility poles are less stable, and with the wind it's possible that they will come down. So please use caution around all trees and electrical and telephone poles. In consultation with South County Fire Protection Agencies, we have issued, or will be issuing, the evacuation warnings for those limited areas that are in the 3 burn scar areas. And in the Montecito area, which the vast majority of properties are contained in, that is along essentially along the waterways down to the beginning of Coast Village Road. You can go to www.readysbc.org. readysbc.org. You're going to want to write that down no matter where you are, because that will give you information that's up to date. It will also allow you to check and see if your property is in an evacuation area. There is an interactive function that allows you to put your address in and determine whether or not you're in an evacuation zone. Our deputies from the Sheriff's Office and our Santa Barbara County Search and Rescue Team members are currently engaged in door-to-door notifications in the evacuation order zones. And again, we want you to wait until notified that the flash flood warning is terminated, and we don't want you leaving at this exact moment. You may also hear evacuation orders that could be going out via loudspeakers from patrol vehicles and also through the emergency alert system through a wireless emergency alert. Please do not call 911 when you receive an alert or a notification unless you have an active emergency. If you need information, you can call 211, or you can call the Office of Emergency Management Call Center at 833-688-5551. That's 883-688-5551. You can always go to readysbc.org for more detailed instructions and updates and the latest information. And finally, the sheriff's website, sbsheriff.org, has a link that you can go to emergency notifications. You can enter your cell phone and you can sign up for readysbc.org alerts. Our deputies will be conducting high visibility patrols in the soon to be evacuated areas throughout the duration of the event. I also want to talk about some road closures that have already gone into effect. Shouldn't be out on the road anyway at this point with a flash flood warning, but these road closures, this is a very fluid list. There will no doubt be more than this, but what I can tell you at this point is that we have road closures due to localized flooding and debris flowing on Black Road from Mahoney Road to Betaravia Road, that's closed in the Santa Maria area. Rosemary Road from Stoll Road to Betaravia Road is closed due to flooding. Stoll Road has been closed from Nicholson to Philbrick Road due to flooding. And in the Orchid area, Woodmere Road from Maritime Road to Ivory Drive, and Ivory Drive from Corsica Drive to Harmony Lane is closed due to flooding. Kenneth Avenue from Oak Knolls Road to Via Santa Maria is closed due to flooding. Dickinson Street from Harmony Lane to Kenneth Avenue in Orchid closed due to flooding. Harmony Lane from Ivory Drive to Dickinson Street is closed. And as mentioned before, Refugio Road has been closed due to flooding in the Alisal burn area. Gibraltar Road has also been closed due to overflow and debris. Alisal Road is closed at the Solvang city limit. The Old Coast Highway is closed at Highway 101 due to flooding. And Hollister Ranch Road, and Hollister Ranch essentially in its entirety is impassable at the moment. So if you're in Hollister Ranch, shelter in place. We know, and I'll give you this ahead of time because again, we don't want you evacuating right now, but when the evacuations are able to be accomplished, we know that evacuation is a tremendous hardship to people. We do not make the decision lightly. We make it in consultation with the National Weather Service and our fire protection agencies, but we want to protect your safety, and this is a difficult time. We ask for your cooperation, and we thank you for your cooperation. So stay tuned again, readysbc.org. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sheriff Bill Brown. Now going to have Chief Mark Harkwood with the Santa Barbara County Fire Department.
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Sheriff Brown. My name is Mark Hartwig, and I am the County Fire Chief. I also serve as the Operational Area Coordinator, Fire Rescue Coordinator for the County of Santa Barbara. Based on what we already have in front of us and what's predicted by the National Weather Service, each agency within the operational area, that includes Carpinteria Summerlin Fire District, Montecito Fire District, Santa Barbara City Fire, Santa Barbara County Fire, Lompoc City Fire, Santa Maria City Fire, Guadalupe Fire, as well as the Air Force Base and responding units on the Space Force base. Each of those agencies within the operational area has called back personnel based on what they predict will be needed within their each jurisdiction, individual jurisdiction. That callback includes patrols, four-wheel drive pickup trucks. It includes high clearance rescue vehicles, including fire engines and brush engines. The operational area has also, in addition to the staffing that has been increased by each individual agency, the operational area has activated its rescue task force. That it consists of 30 members that have swift water capability. It also, the operational area has activated the incident management team. And as I mentioned yesterday, the incident management team isn't just fire, rescue, and EMS personnel, but also includes members of our law enforcement community. Just a little bit, please, if I could, on some situational awareness for the community. The embankments surrounding creeks and rivers, and we have many of those, are weak, likely weak, and can give way. We have multiple incidents right now, from trees down to power lines in the street right now, ongoing. And we have had one active rescue this morning in the Refugio Canyon area. Just as a reminder, our rescues that take place here in this county are often because of folks who misjudge the danger of moving water. 6 inches of moving water is enough to take somebody off their feet if they're attempting to cross a river or flowing water. As little as 18 inches can actually float a car downstream. Again, fire, rescue, and EMS agencies within the county are ready. There's an extraordinary capability that exists right now, and as I said yesterday, we hope you don't need us, but we'll be ready if you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Mark Hartwig with Santa Barbara County Fire. We are now going to have Chief Kevin Taylor within the Montecito Fire Protection District.
Thank you, Kelsey, and good morning. In September of 1964, the Coyote Fire burned just under 80,000 acres behind Montecito. On November 9th of that same year, a high-intensity, short-duration rainfall event triggered a debris flow. That debris flow occurred in every drainage in Montecito. Community eyewitnesses described a 20-foot tall layer of mud traveling at 15 miles an hour. In 2017, the Thomas Fire burned more than 250,000 acres, including almost the entire watershed behind Montecito. On January 9th, 2018, a short-duration, high-intensity rainfall event triggered the catastrophic 1-9 debris flow. We lost 23 community members that day, and more than 500 structures were damaged or destroyed. In January of 1969, the Coyote Fire produced a second debris flow, this one caused by saturation. Between January 1st and January 25th, more than 20 inches of rain had fallen, and on the 26th, 6.6 inches of rain fell in just 24 hours. That second debris flow claimed 5 lives and damaged or destroyed more than 100 properties in our community. Today is January 9th, 2023. We are exactly 5 years removed from the 1-9 debris flow, and our watershed is saturated. In the last 30 days, we've received more than 20 inches of rain, 5 inches of rain since 3 a.m. this morning. The community is at risk for a second debris flow from the Thomas Fire burn scar. We're taking this risk so seriously that we have more than 200 responders, rescuers pre-positioned in our community ready for that event. We ask that you, if your property is located and determined to be at risk in the storm impact consideration map, that you heed the evacuation order when it's issued. We recognize that it's hard. It's hard on you, on your families, and your businesses. But we also know that you're strong, and that our community's strong and resilient, and that together we will get through this event and any other challenge Mother Nature may throw our way. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Kevin Taylor with the Montecito Fire Protection District. Now having Kelly Hubbard with the Director of Emergency Management come up.
Good morning. I wanted to give some information about where to get some resources and support. We do have an evacuation shelter opened up at Wake Center, 300 North Turnpike. I do want to caution that since we are in a shelter in place, this is for residents who have already evacuated and are looking for a place to stay or can safely get there. So again, evacuation shelter at at Wake Center at 300 North Turnpike. Animals, small animal support can be found at, if you can call 805-681-4332. For large animal support, 805-892-4484. The county call center is open at this time. That phone number is 5551. In light of what Chief Taylor mentioned, we do also have some mental health clinical support teams there at the county call center if some people are experiencing any anxiety or concerns and would like to talk to someone in that regard. Again, the county call center is 833-688-5551. For additional information, you can also call 211 for information associated with what you would normally get through the call center, not necessarily that mental health support component. Want to repeat that the website, readysbc.org, that has been repeated several times, does have that interactive map. We are working on updating it currently since that shelter in place was announced during the press conference. That is being updated now. Additionally, if you are not getting notifications or messages, you can go to Ready SBC and update or register for those notifications. If you think you were getting them before, you might just need to go in and update your contact information, make sure your address is correct, make sure your phone number is correct, and that there's no typos or mistakes in there so that we can get those notifications to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was Kelly Hubbard, the Director of Emergency Management. Now opening it up to questions there from the press. Do we have any questions? So the question coming from KUIT is to reiterate the orders as of right now for the different areas. Sheriff Bill Brown.
Right now, the order is a shelter-in-place order it's essentially a countywide order as a result of the flash flood the flash flood warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service. Once that warning is, once there's a notification afterwards that that warning has passed, then we will issue an evacuation order. So we're basically just giving the people who are in those areas, in the burn scar areas, some advance notice that we are going to be issuing that order, and they can start preparing and get ready to leave when the all clear is put out. I'm sure there is. I'll let the National Weather Service talk to that.
So typically, when a warning is issued, it's based on the rain rate and the amount of rain we've received. Some of the rain rates have been over an inch per hour, 1.25 specifically. So that is enough to cause flash flooding in a burn scar and outside of a burn scar. Until those rates subside, the warning stays in place, usually for at least 3 hours, sometimes longer. So they'll be monitoring for that to subside before the warning is expired.
The last question is the Loma Fire area fine?
So this question is, what about the Loma Fire coming from KUIT? I'm going to ask the representatives from Santa Barbara City to come up to the podium.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Mails, Santa Barbara City Fire Department. Spelling last name is M-A-I-L-E-S. Current information we have on the Loma Fire is that it is not going to be subject to an evacuation. We have a very comprehensive geology report that has been generated that our Public Works Department and all public safety agencies in the city of Santa Barbara will be sticking to. We do not anticipate any significant debris flow coming off of that mountain. However, just in case, we have Public Works vehicles that are staged in the area. We also have a very high presence of police and fire vehicles that will be patrolling not only the Loma Alta Drive area, but also the lower west side of Santa Barbara. In the event that something does happen, the City Police Department will be utilizing door-to-door interaction. Also, you could hear a high-low siren. Which is not typical for our area. A high-low siren is something that you would hear in Britain or Europe. However, we do not anticipate that occurring. Again, just for the record, it has been now 2 years since the fire. We are seeing regrowth on the side of the mountain, and Public Works does not anticipate any significant problems to occur with that area. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Any other questions? So KSBY is asking if there is an update on the Highway 101 closure. We'll have to look into that for you. It's intermittent, is the response that we're getting on that. Any other questions coming from media before we close this press conference? Question coming from our Zoom chat about Mission Canyon and the Riviera. Santa Barbara City.
Good morning again, Chris Males. Mission Canyon and the Riviera are both on higher ground. We are not seeing any problems with Mission Canyon or the Riviera. What we are seeing is the storm channels, the creeks, Mission Creek, down into the Mission Creek storm channel area is flowing. It's at about 50% capacity right now, at least through the downtown area. And we're not seeing any major issues with anything in the downtown core area other than just significant water runoff.
Any additional questions? All right, we're going to go ahead and close this press conference. Thank you.